Well, I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. In terms of politics, my mother would probably, in using these very general terms, would be considered left-wing, and my father right-wing. They got together perfectly well on the family level, but they ignored each other on the political level. But what really shocked me, and this is where I started to become a pacifist at this particular time, because I went ashore the next couple of days and noted that this major naval base, Japanese naval base, has absolutely suffered no damage at all. And all the American air raids on Japan, they made very sure that they didn't hit any important military installations, because it turns out that the plan was to save the Japanese bases for the next and more important war against the Soviet Union. When I heard this, I was sort of taken aback, and I quickly said, don't sign it. I'll get a group of people together. We'll found a conservation organization and buy it. We'll buy it for $5,000 and preserve it. I went back home and I called up a few people and I said, should we found an organization? How about calling it Friends of Nature? And we bought the island for $5,000, and it was the first island that was preserved on the Maine coast in the wilderness state by any private organization. And I just heard or read in the news that President Kennedy, who was president at this time, was going to meet with Central American presidents in San Jose. So I just wrote a letter to him explaining how important this and valuable this land was, and hopefully he'd bring it up with the president of Costa Rica, that they should really preserve it. And within days, they'd done just what we'd hoped they would do. It was established as a strict nature reserve.
So you're going to tell me, how old are you?
Well, I'm going to be 82 on April Fool's Day.
And you're sledding?
Oh, sure, why not?
Friends of Nature and the Haases have established protected areas designation on coastal properties in Nova Scotia in cooperation with the Nova Scotia Nature Trust.
What Rudy and Mickey have done with their lives is to live their values in all aspects of their life. The thing that's really remarkable is a whole lifetime of activism, of being able to, put up, fight the good fight, and make a real difference in all aspects of how they live, which is most unusual.